Well, let me shift gears again. How does race consciousness affect your work? Do you see yourself as a leader who advances issues of race or society or both? Or is there a distinction in your mind between these?
Well, I don't think we can talk about U.S. society without talking about race. Race is in our history. It has affected all of us, regardless of what racial, ethnic backgrounds we come from. And I am very sad that we haven't found a language to talk about that. And it's not about black people. You know, it's not about white people. It's about understanding what made us all who we are. Mm-hmm. And I'm very interested nowadays in the ways race or racism is congealed in the structures of institutions so that it is unhooked from any individual racist perpetrator or motivations of racism. It exists in educational institutions, it exists in the prison system. And I think we all have to learn how to talk about that. So this is, you know, my relationship to issues of race is somewhat different from what is usually meant. Unfortunately, in this country, the media assumes that race, the very mention of race, opens up a Pandora's box, and there's always attempts to, you know, close it down. You know, let's not let this chaos overwhelm us, and it will become more and more chaotic until we can find a language to talk about the degree to which race has influenced our histories and our psychic histories.
Well, why do you think we have such a resistance to talking about these things?
I think it's because the assumption is that that it's about racial superiority, and it's conceptualized in terms of individuals, and so people feel attacked when we, you know, talk about affirmative action, for example. White people often feel assaulted without being able to see that something like an affirmative action strategy will make us all better, will make us a better community, because it's not about advancing one individual as opposed to another individual. It's about advancing an entire community that has been so devastated by the consequences of slavery. And I think that there's such a reluctance to talk about this because people don't necessarily want to learn how we continue to inhabit a history that is structured by slavery, which affects all of us, regardless of what racial or ethnic background we come from.